Hello everyone, this is Vrushali and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In our previous some sessions, we have discussed about all the important topics of database with real life examples and practical demonstrations. I have mentioned a complete database management system subject playlist link in below description box. Now, in today's session, we will discuss the next important topic, that is query processing and query cost. Let's start the session. In this session, we will discuss about steps of query processing, then factors and examples of query cost, then query processing techniques, and at the end, we will discuss some important question bank that have asked in previous year question papers. Let's see all these points one by one. Now, the first point is what exactly query processing. I think you all have already executed SQL practicals. So when you execute a SQL query, within a second, you will get a accurate result, right? So between what exactly processing is done, which is called as query processing. As per the definition, query processing is step-by-step evaluation of query. It also translates your high-level language query into the low-level execution plan. Now see here in this particular diagram. This is a diagrammatical view of query processing. As per your exam point of view, this diagram is important. This complete diagram have divided into the four parts: parsing, query optimizer, row source generator, and execution engine. Let's see each and every components in detail. Now, see here in this diagram. When you execute a particular SQL query, after that, the first step is called as parsing. Under parsing, they first check the syntax error. If in your query some syntax error have present, then they display the error. Otherwise, they execute the query. For example, suppose your query is select name from student where age greater than 20. So here from spelling get wrong, right? Means they display the syntax error. Suppose semicolon is missing, where spelling is incorrect, then they display the syntax error, right? Next one is a semantic check. Semantic means meaning of query. For example, suppose your query is same select name from student where age greater than 20, and suppose in your table age column doesn't exist. At that time, the meaning of that query is wrong, right? So in this way, semantic checking check the meaning of query, which is accurate or not accurate. Next one is a shared pool checking. As we discussed earlier, every SQL queries have stored into the secondary memory. When you want to execute your query first time, then this query move to secondary memory to main memory for execution. This process is called as hard parsing. Suppose there is a select statement. You have already executed this statement and one more time you want to execute this query. So multiple time execution purpose, you need to convert your query from cache memory to main memory. So this is called as soft parsing. Now, shared pool check, they perform this soft parsing and hard parsing as per the execution of query. They translate your query from cache memory or secondary memory to main memory for execution. So this is a work of parsing to check the syntax of query, to check the meaning of query, and to check the memory execution of query. This is called as parsing. Now, the next one is a query optimizer. Basically, query optimizer work like a brain of query processing. They choose the fastest and most efficient plan to execute the query. So, for that purpose, they use different techniques. Suppose in your query, index or primary key is available. So that was easy to search or fetch the data, right? Now, they also check the data statistics, means how much data stored in particular database. Then query complexity. Suppose in your query, sorting, join, filtering, this kind of techniques or conditions are available. So according to this, they choose the fastest and most efficient way to execute the query. Now this plan they will send to the row source generator component. Now, query optimizer decide the best execution plan, and this plan sent to the row source generator. So row source generator actually execute those plan. Also, which is called as step by step optimized query plan execution. So here, suppose in your query, select star. This statement is present. So star means all records. So row source generator actually scan the complete table. They fetch all the rows from your table. Suppose index is present. So they search a specific row as compared to index. Suppose in your query join, sorting, filtering techniques are available. So they combining the data to multiple tables for join operation. For sorting purpose they use ascending descending technique, and for filtering purpose they use the specific condition like where, group by, having clause, right? So row source generator actually execute this plan and send this result to the execution engine. Now, the final step of query processing is execution engine. Execution engine take all those data and convert this data into the machine code, which is also called as binary instruction. And execution engine actually fetch the data from the database and display result to the user. So in this way query processing is performed. Let's revise one. There is a SQL query. When you execute the SQL query, first syntax checking is there to check the syntax. Semantic checking is there to check the meaning of query and to check the memory stage of query. After that, there is a query optimizer. They decide the best plan of execution. Row source generator actually execute those plan and send to the execution engine. Execution engine convert data into the machine code and directly fetch data from the database and display accurate result to the user. So these are the steps of query processing. Now the next topic is query cost. Query cost basically means how much time and memory is required to execute a particular query and return result to the user from the database. Now there are different factors which affect the query cost. First one is a disk IO cost, means how much time is required to read and write data from the disk, means how much time is required for table scanning, index scanning for purpose. Next one is a CPU cost, how much time is required for processing as per the sorting, filtering and joining conditions. Next one is a memory usage cost, how much temporary and secondary memory is required to execute a particular query. And last one is a networking cost. As we discussed earlier, there are some databases centralized or distributed. So how much time is required to transfer data between the distributed database? So these all factors are required to calculate the query cost. In market, there are different types of softwares are available to calculate the query cost. Now, the next is query processing techniques. So there are total two types of technique, materialized evaluation and pipelining. So these all techniques are inbuilt. These techniques are already built in your MySQL Oracle software. As per the specific condition, query optimizer decide either to choose materialized evaluation or pipelining. Now let's discuss what exactly materialized evaluation. If in your query there was the large data set, multiple sub-queries are present and lots of complex queries are there. So at that time, materialized evaluation technique is used. Now what is the concept of this? Let's see here in this particular example. Suppose your query is select employee name from employee where department equal to IT and order by salary descending. Now query optimizer execute those query. They first check the condition which is called as selection. So where department equal to IT means they fetch all the data from employee table who works in IT department and store those results in separate temporary table. Means materialized evaluation create one separate table, that is temporary table, to store the fetching result. Right. Now the next condition is order by salary descending. So they apply this order by clause on those temporary table data. They arrange all the employee where salary is descending format. After that, this temporary table result sent to the select statement. So select statement actually extract the employee name from this temporary table and display data to the user. So what is the concept? They create separate temporary table and stored all the result on that and perform operation on that. So this is called as materialized evaluation technique. This method required extra storage for simplified the query execution. Now let's see what exactly pipelining. Now the pipelining. This name suggests that they transfer the result of one query to another query without creating the separate table. Suppose in your database there is a limited memory, simple operations are there, and real time data is there. So at that time, pipelining technique is used. See here, same example is there. Select employee name from employee where department equal to IT, order by salary descending. Now they first execute the where clause. They fetch all the employee who works in IT department from employee table. Then this result sent to the order by clause through pipelining. Okay, this is already built in component. Now order by clause, order all the employee name as per the salary in descending. Now send data through pipelining to the select query. So select query extract employee name dynamically and display output to the user. So this is called as pipelining. They didn't create the extra table. They just pass data to one condition to another condition through pipelining, right? So this is the difference between materialized evaluation and pipelining technique. Now, as per the previous year question paper, this is one of the most important topic. They have asked about measures of query cost, then define query processing with proper diagram, then why query optimization important for database, and explain with example materialized evaluation and pipelining technique for 6 marks. So you have to prepare this topic completely for exam purpose. So thank you. Keep learning.